Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule has opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond in your top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Mo here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some games with the new Scouts deck. For those of you that don't know, obviously I love aggro, and Scouts has been one of the aggro decks that I've loved for a very, very long time. It's just, I like it because it's a different style of aggro. It's like, I'm going to rally multiple times. The video I put up yesterday was on a rally deck that was super, super toxic. This deck is less toxic. It's a little bit more, you either win really hard or you lose really hard. So that's the fun part about it, to me, is being able to go into a game and be like, oh wow, this game was unlosable. I kind of just won the game on turn 3. And then, some games you're like, oh, I didn't draw a champion, so I just lose the game. So this deck is very much a high roll style deck, meaning if you draw well with it, the deck is absolutely insane. And if you draw not so well with it, then the deck is kind of not great. However, the bright side is that with the addition of Poppy instead of Quinn, you actually have a more medium roll now. So you can draw either Misfortune or Poppy and still have a way to win the game. Whereas previously, if you had to draw basically Misfortune. If you drew Quinn, it was kind of like, okay, I guess, Quinn's not bad, sure, but your opponent's probably dealing with the 5-mana 3/4 at that point in the game. Killing a 3/4 isn't going to be that hard. But with Poppy coming into play now, you could keep either Misfortune or Poppy in your opening hand versus you couldn't keep Quinn in your opening hand previously. And it gives you a whole separate game plan instead of just, oh, I have to rally and attack a bunch of times with scout units. Poppy is straight up like, hey man, I filled the board with these tiny shit units. Now I'm just going to swing at you really, really wide with Poppy. And if I have a rally, you kind of just lose the game. Or if I have something like a Ranger's Resolve to stop all my units from dying, you kind of just lose the game. So I really like the new Scouts deck. I hope you like the new Scouts deck. Before we get into the games, I wanted to remind you guys that 60% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you could do me a huge, huge favor and click the subscribe button, it helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and it makes me very, very happy. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the games. Alright, so we're against a Karma Ezreal deck. I haven't seen Karma Ezreal in a very long time, but we should be kind of chilling. I beat Karma Ezreal at Seasonals with a rally style lineup. Oh my, we do not have units though. Ranger's Resolve is really good because it stops things like Static Shock. It stops things like multiple units on the stack, or multiple spells on the stack at the same time. Like if they try to go Mystic Shot, or something like that. So that's why I kept one Ranger's Resolve. Obviously, I didn't really want to draw multiple Ranger's Resolve, because drawing multiple Ranger's Resolve doesn't actually do too much for you. We did draw a 2-drop, which is really good. I was afraid we weren't going to have a 2-drop to go with this Misfortune, but this makes me pretty happy. This makes me pretty happy. And then we get to slam Misfortune here on 3. Opponent basically has to have, Thermo here for 4. Otherwise, our Misfortune doesn't die. So let's see here if it's Thermo for 4 or not. If it's just a gotcha or something, we don't really care. Yeah, you can gotcha. We have Ranger's Resolve. So that's nice, because now we also get to attack with our 2-1s for free. You can only block 1 with a Fallen Feline because the Eye of the Dragon just dies here. We can't attack with Misfortune, unfortunately. And then, yeah, so he can't attack with Fallen Feline because that's 1 HP. He can't attack with Eye of the Dragon because it dies for free. So all these is pretty good. We're in a pretty good spot, all things considered. We don't really care too much about that because it can't block us anyways. So we're just going to click pass here. I think I am just going to... because the unit set up for open attacks. The thing is, Poppy is really nice, but they play things like Concussive Palm and Will of Ionia, so you can't ever really develop a Poppy. So that makes things super awkward. Like, develop a Poppy next turn and then open attack. So I think I'm just going to play a Jagged Butcher here and not play Poppy. Best card for our opponent is going to be like a Static Shock. So if we can negate Static Shock here, we're going to be really happy. Sharp Sight's really good. We can negate a Sharp Sight here. I'm sorry, a Mystic Shot with our Sharp Sight. It makes us pretty happy. And we're going to click pass. And then Thermo. So our opponent's wasted 3 spells on our Misfortune, that makes me pretty happy. So now we're going to have to play Poppy. We basically have to play Poppy here. Let's see if our opponent can spend any amount of mana before we play our Poppy. It looks like they don't. So if they have a Concussive Palm or a Will of Ionia, we're just going to be pretty sad. There's the Concussive Palm. So we just say, okay. Our opponent's not getting a Dragonling, and that's fine. We're not going to give him a Dragonling. We're not going to give him any type of good blocks. Riposte is okay. Ezreal here would be pretty scary. Let's see. I'm going to Brightsteel Protector my Poppy, so that way they can't kill it with anything crazy. So, Deep Meditation for 5 mana, sure. That's only 1 spell, so unless they Thermo for 1, they're not getting a Dragonling next turn. So this turn is really, really, really big for us, and we drew the Rally, which is insane, so... We're just going to full swing here with our Poppy. Our opponent's going to try and get some good blocks, and then we're going to have Rangers resolve, and the game should be over. They basically have to have Deny for the Relentless Pursuit. So we're going to do that to stop our stuff from dying. Let's see what our opponent does. I'm surprised they didn't go for more better blocks, like put the 2-1 onto the Mariah Warden or anything like that. So let's see here. Ideally, they go under Nopify / Deny, or maybe they just straight up don't have Nopify Deny. If they don't have Nopify or Deny, then the game is pretty over. Like if they just slam Karma here or something, right? Or slam Ezreal and then don't have Nopify. We're just going to pass. We don't have to do anything. We'll let him waste all of his mana. Misfortune was a pretty good draw. We like Misfortune here. There's an Ezreal. We're just going to say okay. We're just going to let this happen. Let's see here. Oh, what is this? Ezreal's Mystic Shot. We're just going to say okay. We don't really care too much about that. We're going to play Misfortune. Let's see what our opponent wants to do now. We're going to say okay. This Mystic Shot probably goes on to Fleet Feather Tracker. We're just going to say okay. And we do have lethal on the open attack, so they have to have something. So there's the Fleet Feather Tracker. We're going to say okay. We're probably going to use this Riposte just for lethal. So if opponent uses all of his mana on something like a Thermogen here, we just win the game. If they use pretty much any amount of mana, we win. I think they know that, so... Double Riposte is insane. That alone gives me lethal with any one of these units. So, this game's looking pretty over, and that's how you beat a lot of these control decks, is you kind of just tax their spells. As you saw, we ended up trading because kill spells are pretty bad, and save spells are really, really good. So we were able to stop a bunch of their early game kill spells with very, very cheap spells. So I spent 3 mana in spells to keep my Misfortune alive, and they spent 4... because that's 2, 4, 8. They spent 8 mana in spells trying to kill my Misfortune, and I spent 3 mana in spells keeping it alive as long as I did. So I up-traded over double the amount of mana to keep my unit alive, and that's why removal just sucks in this game, and save spells are nuts. I don't know why my opponent's roping me. There's a 0% chance he ever lives this turn. Because he has to spend all of his mana to kill my units, and then he's not going to have mana for the Relentless Pursuit. Also, even after doing all of this, they're not going to be able to kill whatever unit I pop here. So they do stuff like that, and we're just going to do like this. And then my opponent's dead. We're going to click OK and say, okay, do something here. Even if they have second palm or something like that, we're going to be able to just play Mystic, sure. So we're just going to do one of these and say, okay. Force our opponent to have another Mystic Shot. And then even if they do, after all of that, we have Rally. So we hit them with this 6-3, and then we rally, and then we 6-3. Cool. There you go. So that's how you play against Control. That was game 1. Good thing I got to play against Control. Hopefully I get to show you this deck against each archetype, Control, Aggro, and mid-range, to show you the full range of the deck. But on to game 2. Alright, cool. Cool, so this is one of the matchups why you want to play Scouts, because you get things like... they don't have any good removal spells for your champions, and then on top of that, if if you play Stony Suppressor on 2, they can't really do anything because Stony Suppressor just stops all of their spells. Unfortunately, we don't have a Stony Suppressor in our hand, as you guys see, but they typically just go like pass on turns 1 and 2, and then it allows you to just set up a really good Misfortune play. If we do hit Stony Suppressor at any time during this game, though, we feel pretty happy. I'm just going to play this because, again, we know they're going to pass on turn 1, pass on turn 2, and then we're just going to get to slam Misfortune down. And we're basically just playing Solitaire at this point. Our opponent's playing a deck that says, like, oh, I'm going to play Double Trouble here. You don't care. You're just going to pull in whatever 1 HP unit they have, which is this one. We're going to do this. If they want to Pale Cascade the Blade Squire and kill Misfortune, that's fine, because then they're not leveling their Nami, right? And if they're not leveling Nami on 4, you've probably just won the game. You probably won the game no matter what here. So now your opponent's debating whether or not they actually have to play Sparklefly. So now they leveled Nami on 4, so they're going to play, like, Gifts from Beyond, play Nami, get a Sparklefly, all that shit that none of us really care about. Nobody thinks this guy is cool, and they have very, very little amount of friends. So unfortunately, we didn't get, like I said, the 2-drop that we wanted, but all in all, it should be okay. I think we're just going to get as wide as we possibly can and try and win with, like, a Poppy open attack. Because we know they're probably just playing Sparklefly here. And so they're going to hit us with, like, a 3-3 Sparklefly. At most, they're going to hit us with a 5 damage Sparklefly, go back up to 20. We should be able to kill them, or at least stop them from gaining life next turn. It'll be pretty close. I think we're going to play... probably just play Poppy here. We could play Misfortune, try and win with Misfortune. It's really hard decisions here if we want to win with Poppy or win with Misfortune. Game plan. I think because we have the Scout, we can go with Misfortune. But because we want to play all these barriers, we don't have time to play. We don't really have time to play with Grizzled Ranger. And because we are already really wide, I'm just going to go ahead and go with Poppy. Because we're also not leveling Misfortune next turn anyways. So what's going to happen is we're going to get 1 attack and put Misfortune in 2 out of 4. And then we're just going to play Grizzled Ranger after that. And the Grizzled Ranger after that will be able to do stuff. So here, you can play 1 mana spell if you want to. I don't think we've got to have many 1 mana spells outside of, like, basically exactly a second make a thing. So we have 6 mana, which is actually insane that we drew that Pursuit, because we're going to barrier up our tracker. So for those of you that don't know, if a lifesteal unit hits a barrier, it actually doesn't gain them any amount of life. So what we're going to do is we're going to barrier this, and then pull the Sparklefly with that one. So that way Sparklefly doesn't actually gain them any amount of HP. So they're going to stun Poppy. That's fine. That doesn't actually matter. Doesn't actually matter. What we're going to do here is just full pull. We're just going to full swing. We're going to pull you. Just like this. Where are you at? Right there. We can even attack with the Misfortune here if we really, really wanted to. So it'd be really, really hard for them to keep both of these units alive. I'm not going to attack with the 2-2 because it kind of just dies to Nami for free. So here they'd have to have some type of, like, Pale Cascade or something. Yep, some Bless Vigor. Sure, that works too. That works for me. So now what we're going to do is rally, because we really just don't want them to gain a bunch of life. We could rally this turn. We also could just, what is it called? Grizzled Ranger next turn and rally and try and win that way. I really do want to kill the Sparklefly. Key Blade Fragment. I mean, sounds good to me, right? See, now this makes me feel like it's an opportune time to Relentless Pursuit because they can't keep Sparklefly alive. They're going to have 4 cards in their hand. How easy is it going to be for them to kill me? The thing is, I haven't played a spell, and I don't want to open up any... if they have Spell Thief in their hand, I kind of just die to Spell Thief. Because he just makes Zoe really big, and then I just die. So I think we are going to pass. Because I don't want to open up Spell Thief. I'd rather just say, like, okay, buddy, if you can kill me next turn, you can kill me next turn. Which I guess isn't too hard, because it's just, like, 4 spells kills me. I guess I'm playing around either 4 spells or exactly Spell Thief. And I think because he had exactly 4 cards in his hand, I thought it'd be hard for him to get 4 spells, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe it would have been better just to play my, just to play units, because now if he has Spell Thief, I still just lose. So that's 14, so he needs 2 more spells on 3 mana. That shouldn't be too easy for him. We're just gonna play our 3-1 here. Alright, show me a 2-mana. We know he didn't have a 1-mana spell last turn. So, that's good. If that's their only attack, we're happy. So now we kind of just win the game. We're just gonna play Relentless Pursuit here. They have to do exactly like Star Chart into Equinox to stop us from just winning the game here on the spot. So my intuition was right. I'm pretty sure he has at least 1 Spell Thief in his hand. Yeah, 4 spells with 4 spells with 4 cards on 6 mana is really, really hard to do because most of their spells cost 2 mana. Yep, sounds good. Most of their spells cost 2 mana. So, the only 1-mana spells they have are the Spell Thief and the first part of, what's it called? The Gifts from Beyond. The first part from Gifts from Beyond. We know they didn't have a 1-mana spell early on because we checked them for it. And so we're just going to go ahead and pull, kill the Sparklefly while he's at 20. And the game is over. Because now our Misfortune's leveled, our everything is leveled. And there you go, we beat them. So I'm pretty interested to see if they did have the, if they had the Spell Thief. But I guess we'll never know. Scored. If you're watching this video, let me know if you had the Spell Thief in your hand or not. So, but yeah, if you play a spell and they do have Spell Thief, you just lose the game on the spot there. So I'm willing to risk them having 4 spells on 6 mana than giving them a spell for Spell Thief and making it easier. Because as long as they don't have Spell Thief available to them, it's really hard for them to have that 4 spells on 4 mana. So, yep, that's it. Game 3. Alright, so this seems like some type of maybe rally aggro deck that's not playing Poppy for some reason. I'm not really too familiar with what this could be. We're going to get rid of Grizzly Ranger because we don't have a Misfortune. It looks like we're on the Poppy plan, and this is what Poppy has provided so much for so much to the Scout deck, is that you now have a second champion to play early on that you could play to a win condition. Beforehand, it was literally just Misfortune and Quinn, and you could only play to the Scout, I attack you multiple times win condition. Whereas with Poppy, it allows you to just have like a nice swarmy board with things like Mirai Warden, and then not have to worry about if you actually have any Scout units or not. It's just, hey, I'm just going to play this, like, you know, White Weenie style-esque, I'm going to beat your face in and then pump all of my little units with Poppy deck. But yeah, I'm not familiar with what this deck is from our opponent at all. So, yeah. Oh, we kind of high-rolled that 1-drop. I believe that's the best 1-drop. The most added 1-drop you can get is from Crusty Codger. I think we're just going to open attack unless we draw Misfortune. Yeah, I like this open attack here. Because our opponent's probably just going to end up playing a, oh, Purple Berry Shake, interesting. I was going to say our opponent's going to end up playing, Mayor. So, where I'm okay to just open attack here and force some stuff out of our opponent. Like we saw here, we got Purple Berry Shake, so that's good. We killed his elusive unit, which is really, really, really good. And now we kind of just get to slam down a Poopy. Be pretty happy about it. So, he has all that. We have a Poppy. He can only attack with his 4/3. And we say, sounds good, man. You can get your 5 damage in. We say, sounds good, man. We are going to bury our Poppy. That way Poppy doesn't die to just some random stuff right here. Like the Buster Shot. Make sure we can't get Buster Shot on our Poppy. They've only played 1 Regent so far, which is pretty funny. He just missed a Legent, so... He has some type of Demacia card on top of his deck, which I'm going to assume is just a rally. Because if you're playing this, that means most of your deck's going to be Vandal, so the only thing you would really splash for Demacia, period, is going to be for rallies. So, let's go ahead and just kind of kill everything here. Kind of like that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill this, let's go ahead and kill this Tristana. And then we can always just Ranger's Resolve. They don't have a bunch of really good blocks here, so they're gonna do stuff like this, and then Ranger's Resolve is just gonna absolutely blow them out of the water here. We get to keep everything except for one unit, and yeah, the game is literally, the game was over. Ranger's Resolve, pretty good card. Pretty good card, so I'm glad we could end the video off on a nice little quick deck show you that sometimes this deck just gets free wins. I haven't made the push to Masters yet. If I do, it'll be with either Overwhelm or the Scouts deck because both decks feel really, really good in the meta right now. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a comment down in the description, or leave a comment down on this video letting me know what video you want to see next. Go ahead and let me know over in Discord if you want to see anything special. Discord link's going to be in the description. Go follow me on Twitch because I stream there almost every single day. And sub here on YouTube to help me out with the algorithm. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.